Good morning, Coleman, and thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Tuesday, October 29th. Coming up on Cullman Today, a tragic accident claims the life of a local man, high school students explore forestry careers, and Halloween festivities are in full swing across Cullman County. All this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. A Cullman County man lost his life in a single vehicle crash late Wednesday, October 23rd. Cullman County Coroner Jeremy Kilpatrick identified the victim as 28-year-old Quentin Jesse Bell of Bremen. The accident happened around 10:25 p.m. near exit 305 on Interstate 65 South. High school students from across North Alabama gathered in Cullman County last week for a Forestry Career Day, exploring careers in the forest industry. Hosted by the Alabama Forestry Association as part of Alabama Woods to Goods Week, the event offered hands-on experiences and valuable insights into future career paths. Students engaged with forest industry professionals and college representatives, used a logging simulator, viewed real logging equipment, watched drone and fire demonstrations, and learned about the importance of working forest to wildlife from the Auburn University Raptor Center. Governor Kay Ivey proclaimed the third week of October as Alabama Woods to Goods Week, coinciding with National Forest Products Week. The week was celebrated statewide with mill tours, logging site visits, forest product donations, and educational events highlighting the industry's environmental, community, and economic impact. For more information, visit alwoodstogoods.com. In Week 10 high school football action, 4 of our local teams secured big wins. Fairview and Good Hope both dominated their opponents, setting the stage for a highly anticipated matchup between the two unbeaten teams this week. The Fairview Aggies improved to 8-0 with a commanding 42-0 victory over East Limestone. After a scoreless first quarter, quarterback Colt Redding opened the scoring with a 4-yard touchdown run early in the second quarter. Running back Jake Harper added 2 touchdowns before halftime, including a 10-yard run with just 32 seconds left in the half, giving Fairview a 21-0 lead. In the third quarter, Carson Jones broke free for a 25-yard touchdown run. Redding then connected with Connor Scott and later with Blake Rickard for additional scores, pushing the Aggies' advantage to 42-0. Fairview's defense was stellar, keeping East Limestone off the scoreboard and preserving the shutout. Meanwhile, the Good Hope Raiders clinched the Class 4A Region 5 championship with a 47-28 win over Dora, improving to 9-0 overall and 7-0 in region play. Quarterback Tyler Cohn had an outstanding performance, completing 12 of 15 passes for 251 yards and 4 touchdowns, while also rushing for 70 yards and another score. Cohn connected with Mason Drake for an 18-yard touchdown to get Good Hope on the board and later found Carter Rutherford for a 67-yard touchdown bomb. Rutherford had a massive night with 4 receptions for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Raiders' defense made crucial plays, including a 72-yard fumble returned for a touchdown by Landon Bagwell, and fumble recoveries by Drake and Isaiah Owen. Both Fairview and Good Hope are gearing up for their showdown this Friday night at Good Hope, where only one team will keep their perfect record intact. In other action, the Addison Bulldogs dominated Phillips Bear Creek with a 57-0 victory to finish their regular season at 6-4. The Bulldogs' defense was relentless, intercepting 6 passes in the first half alone, tying an Alabama High School Athletic Association record. Defensive back Trenton Burns started the scoring with a 28-yard interception return for a touchdown. Elijah Roberts and Wyatt Anderson also returned interceptions for scores. On offense, Addison got touchdowns from running backs Judah Wilkins and Jackson Williams, and a touchdown reception by Scout Flynn. The Bulldogs will have a bye next week before heading into the playoffs. Lastly, the Meek Tigers secured a 54-14 road win over Vena. Quarterback Evan McKay connected with Jackson Brown for a 15-yard touchdown pass to open the scoring. Running back Jordan Phillips had a big night, scoring multiple touchdowns both on the ground and through the air. Meek jumped out to a 32-0 lead by the end of the first quarter. After Vena responded with 2 touchdowns, McKay found Phillips again for an 11-yard touchdown before halftime. A 35-yard touchdown by Connor Lane in the third quarter extended Meek's lead. The Tigers' defense held strong in the second half to steal the victory. Meek will conclude their regular season at home this Friday night against Carbon Hill. That's it for today's top stories. After a short break, we'll dive into the world of sports.
What's in the magazine? October's peeking in. Oktoberfest in Cullman, let the fun begin. Heroes in our town, business all around. Recipes for sharing, joy everywhere found. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night. Sports spotlight today. Kids come out to play, fields and courts are buzzing in the autumn sway. Germans came to stay, craps and brews on display. Cullman's heart is glowing in the polka way. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night.
Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. In today's sports segment, let's take a look at how the Tide and Tigers performed over the weekend. Alabama put together a dominant performance on Saturday night as the Crimson Tide shut out Missouri 34-0 in front of a sold-out crowd at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It was the Crimson Tide's first SEC shutout since 2020. Quarterback Jalen Milroe contributed 265 of the Tide's 458 total yards on offense, finishing 16 of 26 for 215 yards through the air to go along and 50 yards on 11 rushes and a touchdown on the ground. Justice Haynes led the Tide in rushing with 79 yards and a touchdown on 8 carries, while Jam Miller collected 2 rushing touchdowns for 48 yards on 11 attempts. Jeremy Bernard was Alabama's leading receiver with 82 yards on 5 catches. The Tide defense held the Tigers to just 239 yards of total offense and forced 3 interceptions, which resulted in a pair of Alabama touchdowns. Jihad Campbell posted 8 total tackles with a sack and a tackle for loss. Safeties Bray Hubbard, Malachi Moore, and Quay Rousseau each added an interception. Alabama will be on its final bye week of the season before traveling to Baton Rouge to face LSU on November 9th. Meanwhile in Lexington, Juarez Hunter rushed for a career-high 278 yards and Auburn scored 24 straight points to defeat Kentucky 24-10, Saturday night at Kroger Field. It's the Tigers' first SEC victory of the season. Hunter scored 2 second-half touchdowns and averaged 12.1 yards per carry on 23 rushes to help the Tigers earn their 10th consecutive win at Kentucky. Auburn opened the second half with one of its best drives of the season, moving 75 yards in 14 plays while consuming nearly half of the third quarter. Hunter reached the 100-yard mark for the 10th time in his career with a 1-yard touchdown run that put Auburn ahead 17-10 midway through the third quarter. Early in the fourth quarter, Hunter capped a 9-play, 80-yard drive with a 45-yard touchdown run to put the Tigers ahead 24-10. Kayan Lee's interception on 4th and goal from Auburn's 2-yard line with 4 minutes and 39 seconds to play secured the victory. Auburn will return home to Jordan-Hare Stadium to host Vanderbilt Saturday. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back right after this message. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Cullman residents have a new place to play pickleball. The Donald E. Green Active Adult Center has opened brand new covered pickleball courts, available daily from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. The recent ribbon-cutting ceremony drew an enthusiastic crowd, including Mayor Woody Jacobs, Cullman City Council members, the Park Board, and players of all ages. Special guest Johnny Andrews, a top 50 pickleball professional, added excitement to the event. Cullman Park's Recreation and Sports Tourism Executive Director Nathan Anderson expressed gratitude for the support that made the courts possible. He said, "We're incredibly grateful for the support of the City Council and Mayor in recognizing the growing need for pickleball courts in our area. Pickleball is a sport that truly brings people together, spanning all ages and skill levels. Having covered courts available is a special feature that many communities don't have, and it's something we're proud to offer here in Cullman." The courts are located at the Active Adult Center due to its many senior participants, proximity to existing courts at Ingle Park, and ample parking. Looking ahead, Anderson shared plans for potential expansion within the planned Omni Sports District as the sport continues to grow locally. Mayor Jacobs emphasized the community impact, saying, "It's great to see community members of all ages enjoying a sport that's bringing people together. We're proud to support this addition, which will serve as a hub of activity for years to come." Players need to bring their own paddles and balls, as no equipment rentals are offered on site. The Active Adult Center is located at 1625 Cleveland Avenue Southwest. Sportsman Lake Park is getting ready for its 22nd annual Winter Wonderland Christmas Light Display, opening to the public on Saturday, November 16th. Cullman County Parks and Recreation Marketing Director Sarah Morgan announced that this year's display will feature 1.7 million lights. She said, "Our staff started putting up lights the week after Labor Day weekend, and they'll work all the way until opening night on November 16th. We have several new trees, displays, and designs this year." The event will run from 5 until 9 p.m. on select dates in November and December, as shown on screen. Visitors can enjoy the Christmas train, photos with Santa, concession stand goodies, toys, and a snow machine. New this year is the Run Run Rudolph Fun Run and Walk, scheduled for the day before opening night. Morgan explained, "This is the first time we will offer the public to come walk our park at night to view the lights, and it's something you don't want to miss. We'll have shirts and hot cocoa for sale, and we'll also be having an ugly Christmas sweater/costume contest as well. It's one night only and also pet and stroller friendly. Horse and carriage rides will be available on selected nights. Admission is $10 per vehicle, and for more information, visit facebook.com/sportsmanlakepark. Are you looking for some Halloween fun? Well, there's plenty happening around Cullman to get you into that spooky spirit. Tonight, you can show off your costume at Chick-fil-A's costume party. There's a Halloween-themed ice cream bar waiting just for you. Also tonight, the Cullman Police Department is hosting their trunk-or-treat event. It's going to be a blast with police cars, fire trucks, a helicopter, music, and tons of candy. Plus, they'll be showing the movie Coco during the event. On Wednesday, head over to Etha Baptist Church's trunk-or-treat event and dress up in your favorite costume and enjoy a petting zoo, hot dogs, and drinks. It's fun for the whole family. Then, on Halloween night, the festivities continue. Take part in the Nightmare on Woodland Street for some old-fashioned trick-or-treating in the Woodland Heights neighborhood. Or join the Fall Festival at Ledger Steakhouse and Grill at Stonebridge Farms. There'll be games, face painting, chili, hot chocolate, trunk-or-treat, and more. The annual Dialsdale Trick-or-Treat is also happening Thursday. The neighborhood will be decked out with Halloween decorations, and there's plenty of free candy for trick-or-treaters. Finally, the Refuge Church of God is hosting a fall festival with free games, a train ride, food, candy, and prizes. Everything is free and family-friendly. There's something for everyone, so grab your costumes and enjoy the Halloween fun. Details for all these events are on your screen. With Halloween just around the corner, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency is reminding everyone to make safety a priority for a fun and fright-free night. As little ghosts and goblins hit the streets this Thursday, drivers are urged to slow down and stay alert. ALEA Secretary Hal Taylor emphasized, "We all have a duty to act responsibly, not only to keep yourself safe, but also others around you." Parents, keep a close eye on your trick-or-treaters. Stick to familiar neighborhoods and visit homes of only people you know. Remember to check the agency's online sex offender registry for added peace of mind. For those planning to celebrate with a few spirits of their own, ALEA stresses the importance of sober driving. Plan ahead for a designated driver or a safe ride home. Colonel Jonathan Archer, director of Aaliyah's Department of Public Safety, said, "For your safety and for the safety of innocent bystanders, please make smart choices so this Halloween does not turn into a nightmare. Let's all do our part to ensure a safe and enjoyable Halloween for everyone." You'll find more safety tips listed on your screen and on Aaliyah's website. That's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Linda Lou Moody, 80 of Cullman, passed away on Saturday, October 26th at Cullman Regional. Funeral service for Ms. Moody will be Thursday, October 31st at 11 a.m. at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation will be held from 10 until 11 a.m. prior to the service, and interment will be held at Oak Level Baptist Church Cemetery. Steve Harrison Krapf, 56 of Vinemont, passed away on Saturday, October 26th at UAB Hospital. There are no services planned at this time. Joseph Wayne Thompson, 80 of Cullman, passed away on Sunday, October 27th at Walker Rehab and Long-Term Care in Carbon Hill. A graveside service for Mr. Thompson is planned for Wednesday, October 30th at 2 p.m. at Union Hill Free Will Baptist Church Cemetery in Morgan County. Priscilla Diane Smith, 57 of Baileyton, passed away on Saturday, October 26th at her residence. Funeral service for Mrs. Smith will be at 1 p.m. on Thursday, October 31st at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home, with burial at Duck Creek Cemetery. Visitation will be from 6 until 8 p.m. on Wednesday, October 30th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Baby Richard Ryan Sharpton Jr. of Cullman passed away on Sunday, October 27th at Grandview Medical Center. Graveside service for baby Richard will be at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, October 29th at Bethel Methodist Cemetery. Linda Susan Ruland, 73 of Hansville, passed away on Saturday, October 26th. A Celebration of Life funeral service will be held on Saturday, November 2nd at Moss Service Funeral Home at 2 p.m. Bette May Ratliff, 93 of Bremen, passed away on Thursday, October 24th at her residence. There are no services planned at this time. Carolyn Paschal White, 86 of Cullman, passed away on Sunday, October 27th at UAB Hospital. Funeral service for Ms. White will be Wednesday, October 30th at 2 p.m. at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation will be held from noon until 2 p.m. prior to the service. Interment will be held at Cullman City Cemetery. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and family. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today, we're looking at sunny skies with a high near 78. Tonight, it'll be mostly clear with temperatures dropping to around 58. Tomorrow brings more sunshine with a high near 79. And tomorrow night, expect partly cloudy skies and a low of around 62. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. But for now, I'm Dustin Isom with Cullman Today, wishing you a terrific Tuesday, Cullman.